We are on day 15 of Home and Harmony. Holy shit. I know I probably say that every day, but I'm still amazed I'm still here and I didn't stop this thing halfway through because I wanted to. Day 15, I want to talk about showing up for yourself even when you don't want to. Showing up in general. Because there have been days of this thing that I did not want to show up. I'll just give an example from today. So today is my day off my corporate job. All I wanted to do was sit on my couch, eat carbs, and just relax and do fucking nothing. I got my phone out, I was scrolling, I already hit my hour of like social media, whatever. I think I got my alert at like noon that I had already hit my hour, so I was like, cool. We're gonna keep that promise to myself of not scrolling, even though I'm like, all right, I'll just put my YouTube on the TV. Watching a podcast doesn't count, right? That's not scrolling. Anyways, I was like, okay, I know I need to do yoga, and I could have done yoga in front of the TV, done it before. It just isn't as potent for me. And, sometimes that's what I need to do to show up. Today was not one of those days. Today wasn't the show up in front of the TV. I had tried to pick up a gallon of milk yesterday and my back tightened and like kind of spasmed, and I'm like, oh fuck. And like, I'm reminded that I haven't really moved my body maybe in 4 days or so, and I need to do that. Like, if I want to take care of my body and I want to make sure that my back isn't pulling because I felt it starting to pull, then I need to start taking care of my body. Continue taking care of my body. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put this yoga thing on. Bare Female, I've talked about her before. She's my favorite yogi on Instagram or on YouTube. If I'm doing yoga on YouTube, it's either her flows or my flows that I'm doing. So I put her on, even like, it was a 40-minute yoga video. It's yin yoga, very easy in theory, right? But I found myself, like, my mind was wandering. That's a good line. Hey y'all, thanks for joining me. But I put this yoga video on, and like, even I'm like 20 minutes in and I'm looking like, please be almost over. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. But I did anyways. And I'm like, oh, I have 20 minutes left. Like, I can do this. This is easy yoga. Did my mind wander? Hell yes. I am from Oklahoma, but I'm in Colorado now. What's up, guys? Okay, I'm not gonna look at the comments for a second. Okay, so I'm I'm doing my yoga. I'm like hoping it's over. My mind is wandering. I don't feel like the poses are like feeling as good as they usually feel, but I'm still there, right? Like, I'm still doing the practice. I finished the whole fucking thing. Did my mind wander a bunch? Yes. Was I fully present? Did I pick up my phone once and like start going to scroll? I get my like Instagram reminder, hey, you've hit your limit. I'm like, okay, never mind. And I did it. Like, I showed up and I did it. And that was like, I don't want to make believe that like, oh, you always feel so great after and da-da-da. Like, I was happy that I did it, and I know that my back probably isn't going to pull today because I took time to do yoga. But like, was it life-changing and did I feel so much better? Honestly, no. Like, I was like, probably could have gone without that today. But the habit here that I want to encourage us all to do is, when we say we're going to do something, we do it. Yoga is something I'm trying to do at least 4 days a week, and I already went 4 days without doing it. So I want to get back on that wagon. Like, even if I've fallen off, even if I, neglect my practice for 5 days or something, I want to keep showing up for it because it's important to me. It's important to me to not pull my back. I'm in my 30s now, and that just happens now. Happens when you're carrying a gallon of milk, or when I sneeze. I've pulled my back before. Like, I want to take care of my body so that my body feels good. That's important to me. No place for yoga in Europe. Oh, that's so sad. I mean, you need like this, the area, the size of a yoga mat. So I feel like maybe we could, make that happen. What's up from New Zealand? Let's see. How do I block people in here? Remove? Yeah. We're gonna block the people that say no Indian things here. You can fuck right off. I'm Indian, fuck yeah, I'm Pakistani, which I know there's that age-old battle, but I'm all for it. Why yoga in the West? 'Cause it's good for you. And I'm doing good. How are you guys doing? Okay, ignoring the comments for a second again. I think it's important to celebrate those small wins. So like me showing up for yoga today, knowing that it's going to make me feel better, even though it was like pulling teeth the entire 40 minutes. I maybe got present and like fully loaded in my body maybe 4 or 5 times, which is a win. Like celebrating those small wins is important because it helps you keep going and it helps you be like, wow, I did show up today and I'm really fucking proud of myself, even though I didn't want to and I don't necessarily feel amazing that I did it. Like I don't feel a huge difference in myself, but I fucking did it and I'm proud of myself. Like that's so important for that self-trust within ourselves, right? Like we're building all that showing up is building this foundation of self-trust. Excuse me. And it's also helping us gain confidence in ourselves. Like if you know that you're going to show up, or you know yourself enough to know like, hey, I'm going to show up when I say I'm going to show up. And sorry I keep saying show up, I just don't know a better word than that. But it's not about like forcing yourself to do something. It's not about punishment. Like I know a lot of people will like go to the gym out of punishment because it's like, oh, I ate this fucking cake and now I got to go to the gym and burn it off. How many people are going to get gym memberships in January because they think that they have to lose weight after pigging out during the holidays, when it's like sustainable change is way easier to come by, and it's also you're doing it to feel good and as just like a lifestyle and not like, wow, I fucked up in November and December, so now I need to get back on the wagon in January and be skinny again, like so that I'm worthy. And I don't know, I just hate that shit, to be honest. I think it's not sustainable. I think it's horrible for your mental health to be in that cycle of like, I need to go to the gym to burn off what I ate. If you're going to the gym to feel good and you're not going to the gym to punish yourself or, I don't know, control the calories that you're burning, like, I think that is where, and I say this from experience, I think that that's where we can get in this really bad cycle. But if you're going to the gym with the intention of like, I'm going to feel good in my body and I'm going to sweat and I'm going to move my body, and just like me with yoga, with like, I'm doing yoga so I can show up and have longevity in my body and feel good and not pull my back. Like if you're showing up with that attitude, that's so different than showing up with like, I need to be skinny and I need to lose weight. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I could go on a whole tangent about that. And we probably will talk about body image one of these on one day of this Home and Harmony, but we'll see. That's more, I have a new module on body love in my course, Heal Your Shit, that I'm going to release in 2026. I think I said I was going to release it this year. Didn't get to it, but we are going to release that in 2026, along with a module on healing your money wounds. So stay tuned for that. But knowing that you're capable of this discipline, like for yourself, I think is just a really nice thing to have in your back pocket. And like to know that like I can do hard things. Like I know that that's such a cliche lately and now in today's world, but you can do hard things. You can show up. You can be disciplined. And the more that you show that to yourself over and over and over again, you're building that confidence. And when you show up in the world confidently, you just show up as a different person, and it's like you can do anything that you set your mind to when you have that confidence. And someone said you're fit. You might think I look fit. And like I said, I do my yoga. I'm naturally a thinner person, but I'm not, like, I used to restrict my calories and be in the gym to punish myself. I wasn't in the gym to feel good, and that's what I want to encourage everyone not to do. Because it's so different whenever you like actually love yourself and you're speaking kindly to yourself, and you're not like, I gotta burn off these fucking calories, and I gotta not eat after this because I'm trying to be skinny. Like, that to me is just not a way to live. And I know that from experience. But aside from being confident and building confidence in ourselves, you're also like becoming a person that you can lean on. At the end of the day, we come into this world alone and we leave alone. And if you know that you are steady within yourself, and you can trust yourself to show up and do the things that you're going to say that you're doing, like, you can rely on yourself. And that's just such like something to celebrate in life right now. Okay, other examples, so that we're not just talking about yoga and going to the gym and that kind of thing. Going to bed on time, getting your steps in, maybe going outside. I know it's winter in the northern hemisphere now, or it's nearing winter, but even going outside for like a 10-minute walk, bundling up, like that being outside in the fresh air is gonna be good for you. And even if it's, like I said, it's not that instant gratification where like, wow, I feel amazing, but it's like, hey, I fucking did something for myself for 10 minutes, and that's great. And I can build this self-trust in myself, and I know that I can rely on myself to show up for myself and show up for the things that make me feel good. Maybe like choosing creativity, like drawing or coloring or doing a puzzle, over just sitting there scrolling on your phone. Setting these social media timers, and like locking the apps whenever you've hit the threshold of the time that you've set, and sticking to those and being like, no, I set this intention for myself and I'm going to see that through. I'm not just going to ignore it. Maybe hitting your water intake goal, maybe hitting your macro goals. Just these small acts of integrity with yourself. It's like integrity when no one's watching, and that really doesn't benefit anyone else but you. I think it's just so downrated. I don't think that's a word. It's so underrated in society and in the world that we live in. Okay, we got New Zealand and India. Where else is everyone in the chat from? And I'm gonna be real with you. Like I said, the yoga example of today was like me showing up when I didn't want to, and I still did it knowing like, hey, I'm gonna feel good. But sometimes part of the showing up, sometimes doing that is like knowing when to not do something. So 3 days into this, I think I was traveling. I think it was on actual Thanksgiving. Yeah, it was on actual Thanksgiving, I think. Maybe the day after. And I had been traveling. The day was packed. I was still like, adjusting to being at a different altitude and doing family things. And, I was in a house with 2 babies and 2 toddlers and my 8-year-old, and I just needed time. I just needed a break. And so I took that break, and I was like, not a big deal. I'm going to give myself grace. Like, I kind of wanted to berate myself for being like, it's 3 days in, you dumb bitch. Like, you're really not going to show up now. Like, you're going to give yourself 1 day not to show up, and you're choosing that 3 days in. Like, you're not going to choose this 20 days in when you're exhausted from going live every day, my brain wanted to do that. And I think it's so important that we recognize that, like, our brain isn't always telling us the truth. Our brain could be speaking from fear. Our brain could be speaking from a scarcity mindset, or I don't know, is there anything else besides those two? But our brain isn't always speaking from like love and trust and taking care of yourself, right? So recognizing when your brain is speaking from fear or speaking from just something that isn't real, and being like, hey brain, I see that you're scared right now. It's fucking cool. I got us. Like, I'm in the driver's seat. I got this. So I skipped that day and I'm like, whatever, not a big deal. I'll add a day on the end of this challenge of home and harmony, and we'll go from there. Not a big deal. And just giving myself that space. Again, it's like this knowing that we can rely on ourselves, and giving myself that space felt so freeing and felt so peaceful within my own self, and being like, wow, I can fucking trust myself to show up when I said I was going to, and also to honor my own body and what I need in that moment or that day, and give myself that. Like, no one else is going to give you what you need like you will. So being able to be that person and kind of go first, and give yourself what you need without judgment and without the ego brain like coming in and telling you that you're wrong and you're not doing it right or whatever. That is a powerful thing. And the more that we can use that muscle of discernment to be like, should I show up right now or should I not, is huge. I'm gonna put, let's see, we're 17 minutes in, so I have a video on this, like, discernment between when you need to rest and when you need to show up. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put myself a little blinky hand so I can find it easily. But motivation is fleeting, so we can't always rely on our motivation. Like, I have been excited about showing up live most days because I can get myself in that state, but I'm not just naturally motivated. Like, I've wanted to not show up. I've wanted to be like, my brain tells me, no one's gonna notice. Like, just don't even go live today. And there have been a couple days where I got to go through my old content and post an old video when I didn't want to go live that day. But I think I've done that 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm getting old videos out when my hair is short. I'm getting it out of my content library and getting it out into the world so people can see this content. Because at the end of the day, who the fuck am I helping if a video is on my computer? Like, if I took the time to record something, I need to see that through and actually post it. It's not about the engagement. It's not about, I'm monetized on YouTube, and it's not about the money that I'm making from it, even though it's like, I think I've made $1 this week going live every day, which is great. I'm excited about that $1. Is that going to pay my bills? No. But just doing these things, like showing up, and it's almost like showing up for this bigger purpose that I have. Like, my corporate job isn't enough to fulfill me. Having kids isn't enough to fulfill me. Like, I have to do this for myself. And so it's been such a nice thing to have this container of like, I'm going to be showing up 28 days straight. And when I don't want to go live, then I have that content library to lean on and be like, okay, well, what old video did I not ever post because my insecurity got in the way? And now I'm going to put it out there, and now people can actually see it. Like, that's magical. Like, that's so of service to myself and to other people. But I wrote this. I want to read this. When you show up because you said you would, you create a foundation inside yourself that feels steady and safe, and that's what makes change sustainable. It's not sustainable if you are doing something out of guilt or fear, or, like we've said, the gym example, you're trying to change your body because you think that you're not enough as is. Like, doing things from a place of taking care of yourself and being kind to yourself and giving yourself grace is always going to be more powerful than doing it from a place of fear or lack or not good enough, right? So we're not showing up to push our body past its limits. We're not forcing ourselves to perform. We are showing up to build that confidence in ourselves and to know that we can rely on ourselves. We're going to honor our energy, and we're going to keep our promises that we've made to ourselves without inducing self-harm, because that's not the energy we want to carry forward, right? As the matriarchs of our home, how our kids see us behave is how they're going to behave. So what example do you want to set in your home? Do you want to set the example of talking poorly about yourself and your body? My mom still does that, and I'm 32, and I still witness that, and I'm like, that is not cool to talk to yourself like that. And it's made me, be super hyper aware about the way that I speak to myself, the way I speak to my spouse, making sure that I apologize when I fuck up and when I yell and when I don't show up as my best self. Like, I take accountability because I want my kids to see that and be like, wow, well, my mom takes accountability, so why wouldn't I take accountability, right? Like, showing up as that example is just everything. But to close here, I gotta go pick up my kiddos at school. But what's one thing that you've fallen off the wagon, that you've let fall off the wagon? Think about that. And it's not like, oh, well, I kind of let this go and like I suck and whatever. It's not even worth picking back up. Even like something like sobriety. Like, just because you had a period of sobriety and then you weren't sober for a couple months, but that feels enticing to you again, or even picking a few days a week to be sober, like, that's worthy still. You can still do that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Even this, like, getting your steps in, like, again, you don't have to do it 7 days a week. You can do it a couple days out of the week. Me with my yoga. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not trying to show up every single day, but showing up for myself and doing something that I know is going to make myself feel good is only helping me build that foundation of trust and self-reliance within myself, which leads to me being more confident, which leads to just a betterment of my life and the lives of those around me. So I want you to think about that and just just work on discerning between when you need to show up and when you need to actually take a break. I wrote this too. Every time you show up for yourself, you're laying another brick in the foundation of trust inside your body. And that foundation is what holds you when motivation fades, because we've already established that motivation is going to come and go. So yeah, just keep showing up with kindness, compassion, and grit. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have no idea what we're going to talk about yet, but that's kind of the fun. And tomorrow it's probably going to be a later live because, well, maybe I'll do it before work. Who knows? We'll see. We'll just play it by ear. Thank you for being here, guys. Let me know how this is landing for you and what you're gaining from it.